Welcome to Kegler Field, Independence Mustang Baseball on the air. Travis Myboard with you as we resume game one of the Wildmac doubleheader from last night. Rained out. Some areas of Independence, almost 3 inches of rain last night. So good call there by the umpires and a little communication with athletic director, head football coach Justin Putz, and he's able to get umpires here for tonight's game. So we're making it up tonight. Game one was delayed in the fifth inning, the bottom of the fourth inning. And the game's all tied up after a majestic home run by the senior DH Caleb Clendenin. Tied it up right before the rain delay. And actually, Christopher Myers on first base, he was plunked, hit by a pitch by Easton Riesland from Mount Vernon. And of course, the pitchers are going to be different. And there's a little wrinkle in the lineups compared to where we stopped last night. So we'll get all that covered. But it's Independence against Mount Vernon here. And we're looking to finish game one and then head on to game two here on a Friday night in Independence, a muggy, partly cloudy, warm in the 80s here. It's definitely summer in Independence. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Tied it up right before the rain delay. And actually, Christopher Myers on first base, he was plunked, hit by a pitch by Easton Riesland from Mount Vernon. And of course, the pitchers are going to be different. There's a little wrinkle in the lineups compared to where we stopped last night. So we'll get all that covered. But it's Independence against Mount Vernon here, and we're looking to finish game one and then head on to game two here on Friday night in Independence of Lucky. Welcome back to Kegler Field as the fans file in. Here, 5 o'clock will be first pitch as we resume game number one between Independence and Mount Vernon. Independence and head coach Joel Holst, assisted by Chris Shannon, Coach Lochran, and Mitch Johnson. Mustangs come into this game with a 6-5 overall record. They were rolling at 5-1 there for a while, 6-1 actually. And it's been a tough week for Independence. A couple road doubleheaders. One was down in Solon, Wamak East rival, the Solon Spartans, and they swept Independence in 2 competitive games, unfortunately. And then the next night, Wednesday night, Independence went over to Farley to take on Western Dubuque, and they dropped both games there against Western Dubuque, who is in 3A, but plays in the Mississippi Valley Conference with the likes of Cedar Rapids, Kennedy, Cedar Falls, Prairie, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, of course. So Western, no shame in dropping a couple to them. Mustangs are 5-0 at home, though, and they're looking to keep that record perfect, as it's 5-5 with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. We're just about ready to get going. No infield, no. I think we're just waiting on the humps, really, for this contest. Independence in the WAMAC East standings, and Coach Joe Holst, Independence is 2-2, tied with West Delaware for third, behind Marion and Solon, both ranked in the top 10 in Class 3A baseball. Marion is 8-0 overall as of yesterday. Solon 7-1. Independence is 6-5 overall, 2-2 in the conference. West Delaware 2-2 in the conference, 3-6 overall. Centerpoint 1-2 in conference play, 2-9 overall. Mount Vernon 1-3 and 3-6 overall for head coach Charles Chapman. Independence last 5 games, 1-4. We beat Oline a week ago tonight, 6-2 here at home, and then as I spoke, lost to Solon 2-1 in game 1, 8-4 in game 2, and then headed over to Farley. Western Dubuque beat us 10 run us 15-5 in game 1 and 12-2 in the second. And there is some wrinkles to the Mustang lineup. On the mound was Bryce Christian, and towards the end of the game, we got knowledge that Bryce is dealing with a sore elbow. You know, just trying to get his arm strength where it needs to be, and he fought through, but you could tell he wasn't himself, as he has just been splendid this year, keeping runners off base and not giving up runs. Mount Vernon put 5 on him in 4 innings. So Christian obviously won't finish this game. It'll be Cam Kramer, probably 1A, or, you know, tied with Bryce as easily one of the best pitchers in the Mustang rotation. Kramer, let's look at Kramer, the senior. This will be his 4th appearance on the mound. He has a 2-1 record. He's pitched 18 innings. Opponents are only batting 200 against him. He's only walked 4. He struck out 13 and an ERA of 0.38. So Mount Vernon's not going to get any breaks there from the Mustang pitching mound, as Cam Kramer's going to finish off this game. And that'll change things up in the defense. Kramer was the left fielder with Christian pitching. The left fielder now will be Ender Stiefel. Stiefel will continue. He'll be DH'd for by Clendenin. With the big home run last night, Caleb Clendenin will stay in the lineup. Bryce Christian will move to shortstop. Mikey Bailey will exit the game, and Blaine Mergen will move to third base. So the Mustang defense, it'll be Kramer pitching to all-conference catcher Ethan Schmidt. The infield, left to right. Third base will be Blaine Mergen. Shortstop, Bryce Christian. Second baseman, freshman Brecken Fueling. And the first baseman will be junior Jacob Mulford. In the outfield for Independence, it'll be junior Ender Stiefel in left, Christopher Meyer in center, and the outstanding sophomore Benton Enright in right field. Turn the page and look at the Mount Vernon Mustang lineup. Easton Riesland, the pitcher of game 1 last night, obviously he'll be removed. It'll be the DH, Cale Foreman, moving to the pitcher's mound. The second baseman from last night for Mount Vernon, Teddy Bonewald, will exit. Easton Riesland, the pitcher, will move to second base. And those are the only changes for Mount Vernon. We look at Mount Vernon defensively. It'll be Cale Foreman on the mound, pitching to Gabe Graft. The infield, left to right. Cohen Weeble at third, Porter Chapman at short, Easton Riesland at second, and Landon Wilson at first. The outfield, left to right. Drew Thurn in left, Michael Ryan in center, and Luke Robinson in right field. The umpires are here.
Different ones, Trev.
And they are different, yes. So good job, though, by Athletic Director Justin Putz to get this done. Because when we were talking to Chris Shannon, assistant coach for Mustang varsity baseball, he, right when the rain was coming, we knew it was coming, we talked between innings, he was having a hard time finding a date where we could make this up. And we quickly got word that it'll probably be the next day. And here we are, Friday night baseball for you. Wamak East action, Independence against Mount Vernon. Mustangs trying to kind of hold serve behind the two powerhouses, Marion and Solon here, and get back over 500 in conference. And also keep their record unblemished here at Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park. The Mustangs are 5-0. They've beat the likes of Starmont, swept Williamsburg, beat Oldwine here, and I'm missing one more.
Starmont.
2 with Williamsburg. Oh, Charles City.
Charles City.
How could I missed that game? So that's why I missed that one. Those are the 5 wins. Mustangs also got a win at Waverly Shell Rock. That was early on, second game of the season. And then this week, well, they dropped a game to Cedar Rapids, Washington, too, down in Cedar Rapids. And then this week, the 4 losses against Solon and Western Dubuque, respectively. But this is a good team, folks. This Mustang edition here in 2026, really impressive, and a lot of good players. And it starts, well, it's hard to pick. I mean, it mostly probably say it starts with Christopher Meyer, the senior center fielder, all conference selection last year, and he's off to a great start, batting .469. And in this game, he's reached safely 3 times. And he's 2-3 from the plate. There's Logan Schmidt in the building. Keegan's here. All right.
Brother's graduation party tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. All right.
Welcome back to Mustang Way Park, Kegler Field. Mustangs will bat in the bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. Christopher Meyer will be on first base. Anders Stiefel has moved to left field. And pitching for the Mustangs will be Cam Kramer. And Mergen has moved to third base and Bryce Christian to shortstop. For Mount Vernon, Easton Riesland has moved to second base and Tail Foreman pitching. There we go.
So you heard it from the PA, Greg Gates. Danny Johnson back from Canada.
Uh-oh.
Word is he's headed to Kegler Field. Not quite here yet.
Philly
So,
sitting in the chair.
oh, there he is. Speak of the devil.
Yeah, we know he's in the building.
We are live, Danny, so you can't cuss me out for anything.
Just ready to sit in and help you out. Looks like we're underway already.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, we're live, boy.
Well, looks like we got the coaches meeting going there.
Yeah. New umps from last night. Knew that was probably going to happen.
So looks like we got 4, and how many outs we got?
Oh, 2. You need the scoreboard. Yeah, there you go. 2 outs with Christopher Meyer on first base. He got hit by a pitch. And with 2 outs, right after the Clendenin 2-run homer. That was impressive.
Yeah, I heard Mitch was giving me a little bit of a rundown and trying to catch me up just a little bit. But, yeah, sounds like the Mustangs are just starting to get rolling here, so hopefully they pick up where they left off.
Yeah, I thought, Mount Vernon, Yeah, in the bottom of the Wamak East early on here, 1-3, 3-6. But I was really impressed. They played us tough and actually held the lead until that bottom of the fourth when Clendenin hit the 2-run homer. So Coach Chapman's got the Mount Vernon Mustangs playing tough.
What a beautiful night for baseball it is tonight, Travis.
Yeah. It's finally summer.
Yeah, lows in the low 80s and just a perfect night for some ball.
I knew it rained a lot here last night, overnight, because my house is like ancient. It was built in like 1890 or something over on the west side here. And low water in the basement. Some pub couldn't quite keep up.
Yeah, I noticed driving down Highway 20, there's a lot of water out in the fields. I mean, I'm not certain what they got for rain here last night, but
Gates got about 3 inches, he said.
wow.
Yeah.
It looks like Mount Vernon's going to have a lefty. They still got the same guy on the mound, Travis.
Nope, it's Foreman. Cale Foreman, the senior, was DHing. He moved to the pitcher's mound for the resumption of this game, and then Riesland, the pitcher's at second base.
You know, he got a nice looking breaking ball there in warm-ups. It's a good off-speed pitch from the lefty.
Yeah, looking at Mount Vernon last night, Michael Ryan, who we knew, well aware of him, he's played for quite a while for Mount Vernon baseball, the senior center fielder, and he had an RBI single and a run scored. Porter Chapman, the junior shortstop, really hurt us. 2 RBI double in the second. He singled and scored in the first. So he's 2 for 3. Other than that.
So the rumor on the street here in Independence is we have a new player on the team.
Oh, really?
Dawson Fueling has joined the roster for the Mustangs, and a very talented senior athlete. So excited to see what role he plays here as the Mustangs move forward in this young season.
Yeah, that is great. Obviously had a very successful golf season, 5th in state, right?
Yeah. Committed to Upper Iowa University to play golf.
Oh, I'm liking him even more and more. He's going to be a peacock.
Yeah, going to be a peacock, so.
Well, that's good news.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 3, Benton Enright.
So we get Benton Enright to the plate here, Travis.
Yeah, sophomore batting .414. He's got a sacrifice fly back in the first inning, and he struck out. Running is Meyer, and no throw. So Chris with a great jump on Foreman.
Got a ball, Travis?
Yes, sir. Foreman checks on Meyer, comes home, swing and a miss by Benton.
Well, Ben really saw that pitch. He went after that one, just not able to catch up to it there, but good swing there from sophomore Enright.
Meyer with a decent lead. Foreman deals the fastball high. 2-1. Mustangs in their USA 250 uniforms. Mount Vernon. Maroon hats, maroon jerseys, gray pants. They
changed from their pinstripes.
Yeah, they were wearing black pinstripes last night. Trying to steal third is Meyer. Throw is way high. Not too high, but Meyer under it. And he's at third. 2 strikes now on Enright.
Boy, just a base hit here.
Yeah. Give the Mustangs the lead.
2 outs in the inning.
Out of play. We'll do it again. Meyer has 6 stolen bases now. 7. He had 1 in the 3rd inning of this game. Leads the Mustangs. Curveball that stays up. Benton saw it all the way. Meyer at third, 2 outs. Ball game tied up 5-5, bottom of the 4th. Foreman deals and smashed foul. Got that on the barrel, but well out in front of it.
Boy, that ball was quickly into the left field corner, just about 5-foot foul there. But Enright really put a good swing on that.
What do the kids say now? Exit velocity? It had some exit velocity.
That one had some exit velocity. There's no question about it.
Foreman taking his time here is trying to figure out the strategy to get Benton Enright out. Here's the full count pitch. Enright fights it off, an inside pitch. They fouls off.
Travis, I got home about 2 o'clock today, and
Wow.
I thought Travis is. I'm going to have to go out and visit with him tonight.
That curveball stays way up, and he walks in right. Well, I'm glad you made it out, Danny.
Ready for the Mustangs, number 4, Jacob Mulford.
Here's Mulford. Continues his hot ways. He's 1 for 1 in this game with an RBI single. He's also walked. The junior bats 400.
Word on the street is we're struggling to get a timely hit, Travis.
Yeah.
And this is a great opportunity here for Mulford to step up and put himself in a position for an RBI here.
Check on the runner at first by Foreman, and Enright's back safely. A first and third situation, but there is 2 outs, so Mustangs need to be careful. Foreman to the plate outside. Ball 1. Yeah, I've heard that too, Danny, that especially in the away games, obviously. Most of the games we've lost have been away. Swing and a miss by Mulford. No, he got a piece of it. Foul ball. 1 and 2. I heard the Cedar Rapids Washington game was, I think we had bases loaded 3 times and couldn't get anything.
I forget the exact number, but 20-something left on base the other night against Solon. So,
and that first game was really tight, 2-1 or something like that. Yeah. Low, maybe outside. Count now 2-1.
Should be 2-1.
Okay. All right. He doesn't show much. Yeah. All right. Mulford, the big left-hander. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Tie ball game. And that's high. Delayed steal by Enright. He's in there safely. 2-2 count to Jacob. Jacob trying to put the Mustangs on top here in the bottom of the 4th. Fastball skied, and it's going to get out of play towards the batting cages. Mulford, just a junior. Good basketball player. Facing the lefty Foreman. Curveball, just got a piece. Nice piece of work there by Mulford.
That was that curveball we talked about seeing in warm-ups there, Travis. That's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. He threw it a couple times to Enright and stayed up pretty high. It was easy for Benton to see, but that was a good one to Mulford. Mulford hangs on, though. 2-2 count. Foreman's fastball got him with a high fastball, and that'll end the inning, and Mulford's not happy with himself. Mustangs get 2 runs on a 2-run homer by senior Caleb Clendenin. And we're tied up 5-5. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. True confessions in the press box between innings. Here comes Mount Vernon in the top of the 5th. And it is Foreman. Right, Greg?
17.
Yeah.
Leading off for Mount Vernon, number 17, Kale Foreman.
Foreman, the pitcher now, comes to the plate, and he's 0 for 1. He struck out against Christian. Takes a strike there.
Kind of interesting, Travis. He throws from the left side and hits from the right, which is a little unorthodox.
That is, yes. Curveball smashed into shallow right field, in right under it, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Here's Drew Thurn, the senior left fielder.
See, I'm a little more old school. I'd like to see a guy get behind that ball just a little better in right field. It seemed like he really had his glove out there in the middle of nowhere when he catches that.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to seeing Benton on the infield. He was regular second baseman the last couple of years. Swinging a miss there. Strike 1. Nice pitch by Kramer. So, yeah, maybe...
And Benton didn't have any trouble with that. He made a nice play there. But I'm just saying in general as a fielder.
Yep. The fundamentals. Yeah, he is. Gates noticing Myers basically in the left field gap for the hitter. Thurn, he pops it into shallow center, and Meyer races to it. He had to run a ways with where he was positioned, but that's out number 2. Couple pop-ups for Kramer into the outfield. Here's Gabe Graff, the sophomore catcher.
Vernon, number 24, Gabe Graff.
Graff really struggling coming into tonight's game, really cold, 0 for 2, and he's not bats under 100, but he's a pretty good defensive catcher. Takes the ball, 1-0. Kramer, curveball, popped into shallow foul territory. Mulford makes the over-the-shoulder grab for out number 3. Good defense by the Mustang outfield, and Jacob Mulford, the first baseman. 3 flyouts will go to the bottom of the 5th. It's all knotted up, 5-5 between Mount Vernon and Independence. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube.
Leading off for the Mustangs, number 20, Blaine Bergen.
Mergen to the plate for Independence in this 5-5 game. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Independence. Mergen, Schmidt, and Fueling. First pitch swinging, Mergen pops it up, shallow center field. Second baseman Riesland with the catch for out number 1.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 9, Ethan Schmidt.
Here's Ethan Schmidt, Mustang catcher. Ethan was hit by a pitch and has struck out in this contest, 0 for 1. Comes up with 1 out, nobody on. Foreman, the lefty deals inside, ball 1.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a slow start, but looks like starting to come on the season. Starting to see it a little better here as we move forward.
Yep. Smashes that one into the gap. Late reaction by the left fielder. One hops the wall. It wouldn't have mattered. And Ethan is going to hold up at second.
Boy, good swing of the bat there.
Boy, he got all of that one. Almost knocked it out. Stand-up double for Schmidt with 1 out. Here's Fueling.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 7, Brecken Fueling.
Brecken, just a freshman, and he's 0 for 2 in this contest.
Always nice to see another young freshman in the lineup hitting from the left side.
Mm-hmm. First pitch from Foreman hit him right on the elbow. Looks like he's all right.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 8, Cam Kramer.
Kramer, the 9-hitter, Mustang pitcher currently, is 1 for 2 in this contest. A double and a run scored. He was on base when Clendenin hit that 2-run homer. Kramer, the right-hander, facing Foreman. First pitch inside, well inside. Ball 1. Two on, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th of Game 1, Wamak East doubleheader. Kramer skies that out of play behind the Mount Vernon bullpen. Count 1-1. Top of the order on deck, Bryce Christian. Foreman checks Schmidt at second. Kramer pulled off that swing, and it's a strike. Count 1-2. One-two delivery from Foreman. Curveball in the dirt. 2-2.
It's nice to see Cam work some pitches here, make the pitcher work and get a little deeper into the count. Try to get himself a good pitch to hit here.
Foreman looks at Schmidt at second and has got him picked off. Schmidt was leaning towards third. Nice play by the pitcher. Kind of hesitated and then turning through and got him. So pick off for out number 2 of the inning. So runner on first, 2 outs for Kramer. Brecken Fueling stays put, and Kramer takes a pitch inside. Full count. Cam would like to get it to the leadoff hitter, Bryce Christian, top of the order. And they got Fueling picked off, that lefty, boy. And a rundown is Brecken, and he's going to make it back to first. Good job by Brecken to keep fighting, and he gets out of the rundown.
That's pretty good base running right there, Travis, in order to get back there safely. Second baseman or shortstop kind of committed and running him down, and Brecken turned and committed back to first and slid in under the tag there.
Yeah, usually doesn't happen, but he got out of the rundown, got out of the pickle. Let's see if Kramer can pay it off. The 3-2 delivery, high, and he walked him. So it does get to Bryce Christian.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 1, Bryce Christian.
So we resume play here in the fourth inning. Travis, the Mustangs leave 2 on in the fourth and move to the fifth. Now 2 on again in the fifth with 2 outs.
Yeah. Christian, for this game, 1 for 2. He scored 2 runs, doubled, drew a walk, takes a curveball in there for called strike 1. Christian, a senior right-hander, is off the hook for this game. Won't get a win or loss. There's a base hit into right
double.
center field. Caught in the gap, and it's going to score Fueling easily. And Kramer's on third, so the Mustangs regain the lead. An RBI single by Bryce Christian. He just slashed that.
Boy, good swing of the bat there from the senior.
Yeah, and good placement right in the gap, the right field, center field gap. Didn't get past the outfielder, but he had to go a long ways. Here's Clendenin. Takes an off-speed pitch for a called strike. Clendenin 1 for 3, but a 2-run homer in the fourth inning. Second homer of the season for the Mustangs. Foreman's got Christian even leaning.
I disagree with that. I know lefties get away with stuff, but that knee, that was way up. He went past.
He came to home.
Yeah, I thought he did.
There's a nice curveball, drops it in there. Oh, no, he calls it a ball. 1-1. When he kind of waves his arm, that's a ball.
There's, like I say, there's got to be some sort of a stop point there. And he come all the way up into his...
That's smashed into left, right at the left fielder, and he makes the grab. Clendenin swinging a hot bat, lines out. Mustangs get a run, though, and take the lead at 6-5 as we go to the sixth. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field as we get our emotions out here between innings. Mustangs regain the lead. And Foreman, the lefty for Mount Vernon, has some tricks on the mound that Danny says aren't quite legal. And he's picked off Schmidt. He had Brecken Fueling picked off, and he almost picked off Christian. But on that Christian pickoff, it looked like he came to home plate a little bit.
Well, he's got a big high leg kick, Travis, and when you have it like that, you can't stop it when you get to the top of that leg kick and then still go to first. And he did that and almost picked Fueling off first there.
Yeah.
Or no, that was
Bryce, wasn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, in between innings, coaching staff definitely letting the umps know that's not going to work. That's not legal. So
yeah,
made me feel better about myself up here, Travis.
Hey,
Vernon, number 2.
You know more baseball than me. And those are the little nuanced things that I don't really pick up. I just think, oh, it's a lefty. He's got a good move. Here's Kramer facing the 7-batter, Wilson. And a sharp ground ball to Fueling. Steps and throws in the dirt. Nice scoop by Mulford. And Fueling gets the put out. Wilson retired 4-3.
I thought the mechanics of the ground ball were really good there. Just kind of short hop the throw, but a good defensive play there from the young freshman, Fueling.
Yeah, Fueling's been really good at second. And if we get his brother Dawson back, that would be great too. Here's Cohen Weeble, the junior third baseman, takes a curveball low, ball 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a good pitch.
Well, that looked pretty good.
Weeble's 0 for 1. He struck out. Drew a walk from Christian, came around and scored. That pitch inside, it's 2-0.
A couple of really good curveballs in a row there, Travis. Just missing the plate with both of them.
There's a shot right at Brecken. I think he caught it in the air. He sure did, because he's throwing it around the horn.
He kind of
Out
thought
number
about
2.
throwing it to first. You didn't know what the call was going to be, but the field umpire called him out right away there.
That's a pretty savvy move by the freshman. Hey, I caught it. No, I don't have to throw to first. First pitch, swing and a miss. Kramer's dealing here.
Boy, he's pitching with a lot of confidence, Travis. Really hitting his spots.
And he's just been outstanding all year. I mean, his ERA is under, it's like 0.035 or something. I don't know. Wanting it up was the catcher Ethan Schmidt, and it's popped up. Jacob Mulford under it, just inside first baseline for out number 3. Quick inning for Cam Kramer as he takes care of the bottom of the lineup for Mount Vernon. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Independence leads 6-5. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park. Independence against Mount Vernon, and they lead 6-5. It'll be right up at the top of the order. Number 3 hitter Meyer, Enright, and Mulford.
Leading off for the Mustangs, number 2, Chris Meyer.
Threw behind Meyer there on the first pitch.
Wow.
It's kind of got like a 2-seam that tails back in there, Travis, but he kind of lost grip on that one.
Girls are playing softball over at Jessup.
North Fayette.
Or North Fayette. Why do I want to say Jessup? That's in a couple weeks.
Split today.
They split today. Okay.
Beat Southwind, lost to New Hampshire.
Down the third baseline, just foul by Meyer. Christopher is 2 for 2 in this ball game, an RBI, a run scored, 3 stolen bases. Stat filler for the Mustang offense. 2-1 delivery from Foreman. Big curveball, drops it in, stays high. Yeah.
I didn't see what did he show 3-1 there?
Looked like he showed 2-1. In the dirt, and he walks him.
That's what the Mustangs need there to get started here, Travis.
Absolutely.
Get Meyer on base here with his 7 stolen bases on the year. Going to have to watch this lefty, though. He's got a pretty tricky move there. Be interested to see what his move looks like after the talking that Independence Mustang coaching staff gave to the umpires there. Certainly looks like he's going to be watching it now.
Yeah.
That's a balk again. That's a balk again.
Meyer runs through it.
You got to call the balk there. That's a balk.
Meyer races to second and is safe after he was picked off. And Coach Holt, I thought maybe he's going to say something, but no. So Meyer on second, nobody out.
I'll quit complaining now, Travis. That's terrible.
Fastball, that's a strike. 1-1. To the Mustang cleanup hitter, Benton Enright. There's a check on Meyer back at second. Safe.
Boy, Meyer really showed his speed there to get to second under that tag.
Popped up on the infield. First baseman Wilson drifting, and he makes the grab, but he was battling the wind there. Enright retired.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 4, Jacob Mulford.
Here's Jacob Mulford. Mulford comes up with 1 out, 1 on. Meyer at second. First pitch swinging, out of play.
I really like the aggressiveness of that swing. That was a great pitch to hit. Mulford jumped on that first pitch fastball. Just missed it, Travis.
The 1 delivery from Foreman. Fastball skied into center field. And under it is Ryan. Makes the out. The throw to third, a little too much, but no tag by Meyer. 2 outs now.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 20, Blaine Mergen.
Here's Mergen. Blaine 1 for 3 in this contest. Steps in with 2 outs, a runner on second, Christopher Meyer. First pitch swinging way out in front of that. He hit it into the softball field. Mergen batting right around 300 early on here. And the catcher,
Second baseman comes.
Graft, is coming to the mound. Worried about Meyer stealing third, maybe. Blaine steps in, the junior. Curveball, almost hit him. Well inside. 1-1.
Looks like Meyer shortened up his lead just a little bit after that infield conference there.
Yeah. Outside, 2-1, and also, you know, the Mustangs and Danny are pretty sure, Independence coaches are pretty sure that he's balking, and they're not calling it. The 2-1. Fly ball into shallow left center. Center fielder calls it, makes the grab. That is Michael Ryan for out number 3. So Meyer drew a walk, but nothing doing for the Mustangs. It's 6-5 Independence as we go to the final frame. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back as we go to the last chance for Mount Vernon. 1, 2, and 3, top of the lineup. Riesland.
Vernon, number 6, Easton Riesland.
Easton Riesland 0 for 3, reached safely on an error and scored a run. First pitch, he waits on a curveball and gets a piece of it, a foul. 0 and 1.
That was a really nice pitch there from Cam.
Yeah, these are all mixed up. You want Mount Vernon?
Yeah, I was going to look at Mount Vernon's.
Shot right up the middle for Riesland for a base hit. Ground ball right over the second base bag. One on.
Mount Vernon, number 1, Michael Ryan.
Here's Michael Ryan. Ryan 1 for 3.
Hitting 375 on the year, Travis, so swinging it fairly well.
Yeah, he's a good player. Been around. Had an RBI single last night in the second inning of this game, and he's grounded out and reached on a fielder's choice, so he's 1 for 3. Strokes that one into deep center field. Meyer backing up, makes the grab. Nice play by the all-conference center fielder, Christopher Meyer.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 22, Porter Chapman.
Well, when that come off the bat, I didn't know. That ball was struck really well out there.
Yeah, and if it was last night, the way the wind was blowing like 25 miles out. So, but I don't think it is tonight. Here is Porter Chapman, the junior shortstop. He's 2 for 3 in this contest. He's really had a good game.
Yeah, only hitting 240 on the year, so 2 for 3 is a really good night for him.
Yeah, and a couple RBIs. He had a big hit that put Mount Vernon ahead last night in this contest. That pitch high, 1-0. Independence has regained the lead, though, here as we continued the game today. 2 runs in the 4th, a run in the 5th.
All knotted up at 8 hits apiece for both teams here, Travis.
Kramer pitches, running on the play, and it's popped up in the shallow center, fueling over the shoulder. Great play. Throws to first, but back safely is Riesland. Boy, I didn't know fueling was going to get to that, Danny.
Boy, what a play from the young freshman there. And then the heads-up play to turn and try to make a play at first base for the double play. Kind of an off-balance throw, not really much of a chance there, but good heads-up baseball.
Yeah, that's right. Riesland was running, and he had to turn it around and get back there. And now maybe Brecken feeling something. And official time here as assistant coach Shannon comes out, and we'll take a short break. Independence leads Mount Vernon 6-5. There's 2 outs. Mustangs are an out away from winning game 1. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. Brecken fueling looking pretty good.
I don't know if he knocked the wind out of himself there, Travis, or what happened, but seems to be up, moving around, and coaches are running off the field, so that's a good sign for the Mustangs.
Made a great play.
Sure did.
Meyer was in the vicinity, but I don't think Chris was going to be able to get to it. Brecken made the nice catch going backwards into center field. Here is Foreman, the DH pitcher currently. Foreman 0 for 2 in game 1. Running on the play and in there safely.
Boy, great throw from catcher there,
Yeah.
Ethan Schmidt. That ball was on the money to second base.
Riesland with a really good jump for Mount Vernon. Count 0-1. The 0-1 delivery to Cale Foreman from Cam Kramer and a shot right at Christian, and that'll do it. Mustangs take care of Mount Vernon. And a very exciting game that spanned 2 days, 6-5 Independence. We'll take a short break and have all the stats. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park. Travis Myborg, Danny Johnson with you. Independence takes care of Mount Vernon in game 1, and it took us a couple days, Danny, and Danny wasn't even here for most of it, but he's here now. Mustangs did a nice job.
Yeah, Mustangs come out here in day 2 and played a couple, 2-3 good innings. Good pitching there from Cam Kramer to really shut the Mustangs down from Mount Vernon. So what do we have for stats there, Travis?
Well, Kramer, as Danny said, got the win. He's now 3-1 on the season. The all-conference pitcher is picking up where he left off last year. The loser was Cale Foreman for Mount Vernon. He's now 2-2. Mustangs 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and Mount Vernon 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Mount Vernon drops to 3-7, Danny. Independence improves to 6-4, and they can go to 7-4 and be 4-2 in the conference if they win this nightcap.
Yeah, I really be curious to see how we move the lineup around here maybe a little bit in game 2 and see what that brings for the nightcap.
Sounds good. We'll have all the action for you here in about 20-25 minutes. Danny Johnson and Travis Myborg signing off for game 1. See you in a little bit for game 2. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field as we get ready for game number 2. Starting lineup defensively for Independence, home team in the field, the 6-4 Mustangs for Coach Holst. On the pitcher's mound, Blaine Mergen. Mergen will be throwing to who else? Ethan Schmidt, senior catcher. At first base is Jacob Mulford. Second will be Clendenin. Clendenin getting a start in the field. At shortstop will be Bryce Christian.
From Mount Vernon, number 6, Easton Riesling.
Mustang third baseman Breckenfueling. And DHing for him is his brother Dawson. So Danny had the inside information. The outfield for the Mustangs, it'll be Kramer in left, Christopher Meyer in center, and Benton Enright in right. First pitch from Mergen to the leadoff hitter Riesland was a ball. Ball 1. Nice pitch there on the inside corner, but called the ball. 2-0. What are you looking for here in game 2, Danny?
Well, I think the Mustangs got to continually swing the bat timely. That seems to be, we talked about that briefly at the start of today's action. You know, they've been hitting it good, just not timely hits, leaving a lot of guys on base. So we got to find a way to pull some hits together with runners on base here.
Riesland has a 2-2 count. Riesland was 1-4 in game 1. He had a run for Mount Vernon, and he strokes that into center field, driving Meyer back to the warning track. Over the shoulder catch by Christopher Meyer, and that's why he's all conference, Danny.
Well, that's the second catch he's made like that, Travis. One in game 1, and to start this game 2 out right away. That's a tough over-the-shoulder grab there from the center fielder, Christopher Meyer.
And he just makes it easy and regular. He does it all the time.
Boy, that one there, I thought he might run into the wall. Yeah. He was tracking that pretty hard towards the wall.
Here's probably the best bat in the lineup for Mount Vernon consistently. It's Michael Ryan, the senior center fielder. He was 1 for 4 in game 1, had an RBI. Fouls that off, strike 1. Ryan came into tonight's action batting .375 for Mount Vernon. Comes on with 1 out, nobody on, no score, just underway here in game 2. Mergen buzzed the tower there, high and inside. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Blaine deals a fastball, hit sharply at the second baseman, Clendenin. He steps and throws. Nice play by Caleb in his, what I'm aware of, his first defensive start.
Yeah, really nice backhanded play there and a good throw to first base to get out number 2 and retire Ryan, which is probably the best bat in the Mount Vernon lineup.
Here's Porter Chapman, the shortstop for Mount Vernon. Doesn't hit, or didn't come in here hitting great. .246, but he did have a good first game, Porter Chapman. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. First pitch from Mergen, a curveball grounded into the hole, stopped by Christian. He throws from his knees and can't quite get him. What a play by Bryce. Infield hit for Chapman.
Yeah, I was unsure if he even needed to try to make a throw, but that play ended up being closer than it was going to appear to be. Good play there by Bryce.
Really was. Here's Cale Foreman, the designated hitter. He's batting for the pitcher, Landon Wilson. Foreman got the loss in game 1 on the pitching mound. He's looking to get some of his frustrations out here. A runner on, 2 outs. First pitch to the righty in the dirt, and that allows Chapman to advance to second on the wild pitch.
Boy, Ethan did a really nice job of keeping that in front of him, Travis. Almost had a chance to make a throw down off that pitch that was bounced out in front of the plate.
Mergen will check the runner. Chapman comes home. A curveball that stays inside to Foreman. 2-0 count. So a runner in scoring position for Mount Vernon. There's 2 outs, though, here in the top of the first. Mustangs improved to 6-4 with that win in game 1. Cam Kramer with his 3rd win on the mound of the season. Really off to a great start on the pitching side, definitely.
Yeah, really impressive outing there with locating pitches and doing a really nice job of getting ahead of counters, of hitters too. So
Here's the 3-0 offering to number 4 hitter Foreman, and that's away. And a play at third, and the throw goes into left field, and that'll allow Porter Chapman to score the first run of the game. Throwing error by the Mustang catcher, unusual.
Betting for Mount Vernon, number 15, Drew Thurn.
Here's the 5 hitter Drew Thurn, 1 for 3 in game number 1. Thurn, a senior.
I think Ethan come up there licking his chops. He had him dead
He
to
had
rights
him.
at third
Yeah.
base, and he just kind of got a little excited and overthrew it there.
Running in a great jump. I mean, there's no chance for Schmidt there. Nice read by Foreman of Mergen, the Mustang pitcher, Independence pitcher. 2 outs in the inning and an 0-1 count. Blaine from the stretch checks the runner, comes home, fastball swing and a miss. Good pitch. Way out in front now is Blaine, 0-2 count.
You know, Blaine was really grooving out of the windup, and when he switched to the stretch here, Travis, he's had a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone.
Good observation. That's outside. 1-2 now. Mustangs are playing a lot of games coming up next week. We'll get to that. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Mergen. Fastball just got a piece. Did Thurn. Monday's our next broadcast. Benton Community, the Bobcats come into town on Monday for a WAMAC doubleheader. Benton on the west side of the conference. Really good team last year. The 1-2 shot right up the middle for a base hit, just over the glove of Clendenin. And that's an RBI single for Thurn, and Mount Vernon's up 2-0 here. Yeah, very similar. Here's Gabe Graff, the catcher.
Betting for Mount Vernon, number 24, Gabe Graff.
Just a sophomore. He was 0 for 3 in game number 1. Comes up with 2 outs, 1 on. 2-0 lead for Mount Vernon. Mergen from the stretch checks on the runner. So Benton Community Monday. Tuesday, number 1 Dubuque Wahlert comes into town, Class 3A number 1. And we'll have all that action. And then the Mustangs go to Center Point Urbana on Thursday. That's skied into shallow center. Meyer on his horse. Diving play. Can't quite get to it. Backing him up is Enright. Play at the plate. No, they don't see it. They tried to tag at second. There they saw it. What a throw into home by Clendenin to gun down the base runner.
So we got it.
And that'll end the inning. So Graft with a single. Thurn thrown out at home plate, and that was, I believe, 4-2. It was Clendenin with the relay throw and got him. So 2 runs for Mount Vernon on 3 hits, 2 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Mount Vernon leads Independence 2-0. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field and fireworks in the top of the first. 2-0 lead for Mount Vernon. Mustangs trying to get back.
Well, it was a great play there from Caleb Clendenden. Heads up to turn and fire that home, make a strike to the home plate, and Ethan Schmidt, the catcher, able to get the tag down and get the third out.
Here is, well, Bryce Christian leading off for Independence, but on the pitcher's mound, Landon Wilson, the senior. Wilson, this is his fifth appearance on the pitching mound. There's a called strike, count 1-1. 0-2 record, 15 innings pitched, 250 batting average for his opponents. He has walked 4 and struck out 8, a 3.27 ERA, so pretty decent stats for the senior pitcher for Mount Vernon. Outside, 2-1.
Not a real overpowering fastball, Travis, but he does have a couple, 2-3 different pitches and some great off speed. So,
and he's a lefty. Yeah, there he tried to throw something off speed and it wouldn't break for him. 3-1 count to Bryce. Bryce, a patient hitter. He'll take a walk if you give it to him. The 3-1 from Wilson, and he gets him swinging there. Full count. Curveball. Christian was 2 for 3 in game 1, an RBI and 2 runs. And he strokes that into left field for a base hit.
Boy, just a great job. A great piece of hitting there from leadoff Bryce Christian.
Thurn gets it in. And batting second, Caleb Clendenin. The MVP of game 1, a 2-run homer that tied it up in the fifth, excuse me. And the Mustangs went on to win that game. Independence now 6-4 on the season, and Caleb Clendenin's been a big part of that, especially at the plate. There's a shot right at the shortstop. Unlucky there. He lines out for out number 1.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 2, Chris.
Still a good at bat. Got a good barrel on that and hit the ball really hard there.
Here's Christopher Meyer. Meyer, 2 for 2, an RBI, a run, and 3 stolen bases in game 1.
There's a throw over. Keeping Bryce honest over there at first base. Now that move was a lot more traditional. That's a good move there, Travis.
Yeah. There's a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Christian trying to figure things out. He's definitely a threat to steal, but with Christopher Meyer at the plate, see what happens. 1-0 delivery from Wilson. And outside, the catcher, Graff, tries to throw down to first. Christian back safely. 2-0 count to Christopher Meyer, senior center fielder. The pitch from Wilson, stroked into left field. Bryce took him a while to make sure it got past the shortstop. It'll be first and second, 1 out for Independence. Here's Enright.
For the Mustangs, number 3.
Well, there's a couple great hits from 2 senior leaders right there. A couple really good swings of the bat from both those kids.
Been uncharacteristic 0 for 2 in game 1, but he did have a sacrifice fly in RBI. One of the Mustang leaders in batting average, well over 400. Came into game 1 batting .414. Takes the ball there 1-0. Enright in the 4 spot, Mulford on deck, and then Dawson Fueling, the DH, is in the 6 spot. That pitch in the dirt, nice stop by Graft to keep it in front of him, keep the speedy Mustangs on the base paths where they're at. Christian at second, Meyer at first. Big RBI opportunity here for Enright. The 2-0 delivery from Wilson. And he takes a strike, 2-1.
Well, Enright can find one of those doubles he's got in his bag. He probably has 2 RBIs here with the speed he's got on the base paths.
That's what I'm thinking, Danny. Wilson checks Christian at second, comes home, and gets a swing and a miss from Enright, 2-2. Pitch on the inside, and Enright couldn't get around on it. Benton digs in, the sophomore right fielder for Independence. Wilson's 2-2 is in the dirt, 3-2. You're right, Danny. Not a lot of velocity, but a lot of salad, a lot of off speed.
When he hits all sides of the plate with it too.
Wilson wants new signals from Graft. Christian on second, Meyer on first. 2-0 lead for Mount Vernon. Enright with a slow ground ball to the shortstop. Everybody moving. Only plays at first. And they'll retire Enright. 6-3 for out number 2. Christian to third, Meyer to second.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 4.
Yeah, the Mustang speed really kept the double play out of order there. Meyer doing a really nice job of hustling down to second. No play there at second base.
So here's Jacob Mulford in one of these clutch moments, Danny, you've been talking about.
Yeah, this has kind of been the problem. Independence has really hit it well, but they haven't hit it as good with runners in scoring position. And right now is a big moment here to get back in this ball game. Mustangs trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, a base hit here from Mulford, who's one of the Mustangs' hottest bats, batting over 400 also. If he gets a base hit here, should score 2. Wilson from the stretch, the long lefty. And it is a base hit into left field. And on his horse is Christopher Meyer from second base, and he'll score easily. A 2 RBI single by Mulford ties it up.
Boy, just a routine base hit to left field, and there was no chance at getting Christopher Meyer at the plate.
Batting for the Mustangs, designated hitter number 15, Dawson Fueling.
Here's Dawson Fueling, number 15, huh?
First at bat on the season, Travis.
Yeah, the All-State golfer comes up with 2 outs, 1 on. 2-2 ball game. Curveball that he fouls off. Good swing. Dawson is DHing for little brother, freshman Brecken Fueling. Brecken playing third.
Dawson plays in our Wednesday night golf league.
Oh, yeah.
And, boy, it's just not fair. It's not fair, the length this young man has and how good he is with his irons and putter and everything. So
he's not your partner, huh?
No, he's not, unfortunately.
Wilson's delivery, and there's a good pitch, but called outside. 2-1. 1-2. I'm like Anchorman. I just read the prompter and not always right. Here's the 1-2 high, 2-2. So it's been a struggle for Landon Wilson on the mound here in the first inning. Mustangs with 2 outs with the big hit from Mulford, a 2 RBI single, tied it up. Dawson Fueling's first at bat. And good timing there, but he just fouled it off. 2-2. Where's the better half, Danny? She take the night off?
No, I think she's taking pictures somewhere.
Oh, she is. All right. The 2-2, Fueling fouls it off. So Dawson with a productive at-bat for his first one of the 2026 season. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first, 2-2 ball game. Wilson deals, and Fueling spoils it, fouls it out of play. Who was that guy that was wearing like construction gloves in the regionals? Did you see that in college baseball?
I didn't.
Yeah, he says he wears like construction gloves because they're cheaper, he said. Yeah, it was a smaller school. That is just low, full count.
Boy, Dawson putting a great at bat together.
Really
here.
is.
Probably up to a 7-8 pitch at bat here.
He's got some nice light blue batting gloves representing his Upper Iowa future.
Boy, nothing gets by you, does it, Travis?
No. That baby blue, peacock blue. Check on Mulford. He's back safely. Wilson deals a high fastball that Dawson skies out of play. Wasn't that bat, Danny?
Yeah, very impressive here.
Hopefully it pays off. Yeah. Gotta be close to it.
Yeah, we're getting close to a 10 pitch at bat.
Wilson's pitch is high, and he walks Fueling. Dawson Fueling, that is. First and second, 2 outs, and here's Mergen. Can help himself here, Danny.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 20.
Once again,
Mergen.
something in the gap here. A double. I got to think Fueling runs really well.
Mulford moves all right, too, for a bigger guy. He's no Bryce Christian, but he can go. There's a shot at the third baseman. He gobbles it up, dives to third. Nice play by Easton Riesland to get the force out at third, but not before the Mustangs get 2 runs on 3 hits. We're tied up 2-2. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube.
Mount Vernon Mustangs.
Welcome back as we go to the top of the second here in game number 2. It's all knotted up 2-2. We've had a good game here so far. Blaine Mergen against Landon Wilson on the mound.
Yeah, combine both teams, a 5-hit inning there in the first. Both teams score 2. Tied 2-2 here, top of the second.
Very similar to game 1. Swing and a miss there for Weeble. Weeble was 0 for 2 in game 1, the Mount Vernon first baseman. And Mergen working fast. Another fastball just outside, 1-1. Blaine just seems to be kind of no nonsense. Not a lot of emotion or anything. He just goes out there and does his job.
Yeah, he does.
The 1-1 delivery. Well inside. Almost got him. 2-1.
1-2.
Okay.
That wasn't even close.
It almost hit him. That's why he was shaking his head, the batter. They called that a strike. 2-2. We'll
Wow.
take it. There's an off-speed pitch curveball that is called strike 3.
What?
Hey, attaboy, Blaine.
Wow. I don't even know what to say, Travis. There was 2 pitches that weren't even close.
We'll take it.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 16, Jenny Bonewall.
Teddy Bonewald was the second baseman in game one, and he was DH for. So this is his first at bat, swing and a miss on a hard breaking ball there, 0-1. The one delivery, a shot ground ball to Christian, steps and throws, and they get Bonewald. He can run, gets him by a step for out number 2. 6-3.
Travis, I hate to, I never want to question against Independence, but I don't even think those 2 strike calls were hittable. I mean, that was tough.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. Cohen Weeble must have, the home plate umpire must not like him too much. There's a nice pitch, and that's called a ball.
What did he? Are you sure he called a ball there?
Well, he kind of, yeah. I don't know. That's up.
So it's 1-1.
Oh, it is 1-1. He did call it a strike. Okay.
I think his little motion there is a strike.
Okay.
Because a lot of those guys will tell you outside, inside. I think his motion is a strike.
There's a swing and a miss by Robinson. Robinson, the 9-hitter in the order for Mount Vernon, he was 2 for 3 in game 1. Had a really good game, the sophomore right fielder. Looking to keep that going, 1-2 count. And he got the outside corner for called strike 3. So Blaine Mergen mows him down. Way to go, Blaine, in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. We're all knotted up here. Mount Vernon Independence 2-2. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. Game number 2 of Wamak East doubleheader. 2-2, Ethan Schmidt.
Mustangs number 9, Ethan Schmidt.
8 and 9 for Independence, and then Bryce Christian, Schmidt, and Kramer. To start things off, showing bunt is Ethan. He pulls it back, and it's ball 1. Ethan 1 for 2 in game 1. He had a double. Solid double, hit it to the fence. Left field gap. There's a changeup, drops it in there. 1-1. When you see some of these older Mustang batters, Schmidt, Meyer, Christian, Kramer, they'll take a ball, no doubt about it, before they start swinging. It's 2-1 now. Especially if a guy's struggling. Landon Wilson in the first inning, he walked a Mustang batter and he gave up 3 hits. Schmidt skies that out of play. Count now 2-2.
Yeah, Schmidt with a really nice swing of the bat there in his last at bat in that first game.
Yeah. And Wilson's not going to overpower you, so if Ethan can get a fastball, he'll drive it. It's a curveball well outside, full count.
Well, out of all the Mustang hitters, I think he's patient enough to sit back and really drive that pitch too if he gets it over the middle of the plate.
Here's the full count delivery. Wilson to Independence's Ethan Schmidt, and it's well inside for a walk. Here's Cam Kramer.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 8, Cam Kramer.
Kramer 1 for 2 in game 1. Mustang victory. Independence pulled it out 6-5. Came from behind in the 5th inning. First pitch to Kramer is high for ball 1. Wilson's only walked 4 in 15 innings this season. So control pretty good. But he's walked a couple here in the first 2 innings. And you want to make him pay for that, Danny, right?
You're right. I like to be cautious on the base pass here. We did get picked off the last time. We got a nice start here, so I would think we'd want to play it a little bit safe here with no outs, kind of get a look at the lefties move here a couple different times, maybe.
No, that's a good point. You don't want to run yourself off the bases with a pitcher that's, you know, he's not going to be all conference, I don't think. 1-1 in the dirt, 2-1.
And I really like where Mustangs are sitting here with 9-1-2 up with no outs and the leadoff guy on first. So,
yeah, the big hit in the first inning, Jacob Mulford, a 2 RBI single that scored Christian and Meyer. There's a pop up into right field, and under it is Luke Robinson for out number 1. So here's Christian.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 1, Bryce Christian.
Bryce is 1 for 1 tonight. Singled and scored in the first. He was 2 for 3 in game 1. He started that game as the pitcher for the Mustangs, and of course didn't continue pitching when we resumed the game today. No decision. Stealing second easily, standing up is Schmidt as the ball was in the dirt.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of the pitcher throwing a lot of off speed, Travis. There's opportunities to steal.
Ethan, just a really, well, looks like the catcher might be a little shaken up. That's Gabe Graft, the sophomore catcher. And we're going to take a break and let Gabe kind of get his bearings back.
I think he might have took that off the face mask. He was kind of holding his forehead there, maybe a little, Travis.
All right. Coach Chapman out to talk to him, give him some water. 2-2 ball game. Mustangs looking to add on here in the bottom of the second. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. You're all right. Welcome back to Kegler Field.
So an intentional walk there, Travis, to Bryce Christian to put him on first to get the force out back in play here is what Mount Vernon's trying to do.
Clendenin swinging a hot bat too. Line out to third base last time up. First pitch low and in the dirt. Ball 1.
Yeah, the Mustangs are sure dangerous 1 through 5. I don't know if there's a guy that I want to face in that area.
Now, Caleb Clendenin, the MVP of game 1 with the 2-run homer that tied it up. Wilson with his pickoff attempt of Schmidt. No doing. Ethan back safely. No throw even. Wilson very deliberate now with 2 guys on. From the stretch, the left-hander deals. Fastball pounded into the ground, third base side, foul. One and one count to Caleb Clendenin, the senior. very often DHs for Independence, but in this game he's playing in the field. He's playing second base tonight.
Yeah, already made a real nice play over there in the first inning, Travis.
Yeah, he did. There's a curveball, weakly hit, ground ball to third, only plays at first. It's in the dirt and past the first baseman. A run will score for Independence. On his horse is Christian. Play at the plate, not even close. Mustangs get 2 runs on a dribbler to third base. A throwing error by Mount Vernon. Clendenin ends up at second, and he reached on E5.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 2, Chris Meyer.
You don't get the RBIs for that, do you?
You do not.
No.
No. But the Mustangs will take it.
Hey, it's 4-2. We don't care how we get the 4.
2 runs.
Here's Meyer now with a RBI situation. 1 out, runner on second. That's Caleb Clendenin. The pitch is bunted up in the air, and the catcher makes the grab graft for out number 2, and Christopher's not happy about that. P2.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 3, Benton Enright.
So Enright comes up, 2 outs, 1 on, 4-2 lead for Independence. Benton is 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop back in the first.
Yeah, I like the thought process there with the bunt attempt. Sometimes it's tough to hit against a guy that throws a lot of off speed.
Mm-hmm. Fastball stroked into center field, hit sharply. Could be a play at the plate. Here's the throw by Ryan, cut off by the pitcher. And sliding in head first is Caleb Clendenin for the Mustangs' 5th run. An RBI single for Benton Enright.
Just a great piece of hitting there from the
Jacob Mulford.
sophomore.
Here's Mulford. He's got a couple RBIs already in this game. 1 for 1. Big hit with 2 outs in the first inning. Comes up with 2 outs, a runner on first. 5-2 lead now for Independence. Fastball smashed into deep
That's
right
over his-
field. All the way, 1 hops the wall for a ground rule double. Jacob Mulford. So it'll be second and third. Unfortunately, Enright can't come home with the ground rule double.
Yeah, that hits the fence, Travis. That's right in the power alley over there in right center, and we're Mustangs are definitely going to get another run out of that
Yeah.
if it doesn't bounce over the fence. So unfortunate there, really.
And we'll have a pitching change. Head coach Charles Chapman out there as number 23 comes out of the dugout. We'll take a break and let you know what's going on. Independence takes the lead here in the bottom of the second. It's 5-2, your Mustangs. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park, in a big second inning for Independence, and it's not over yet. 2 outs, runner on second, 5-2 Independence. 3 have crossed the plate in the inning, second and third, actually. And a new pitcher, Noah Olson, the sophomore, big right-hander, throws a strike to Blaine Mergen. Or no, this is Fueling. Dawson Fueling, senior, takes a pitch high. 1-1.
For Mount Vernon, number 23, Noah Olson.
Noah Olson, a sophomore. This is his 5th appearance on the pitcher's mound. He's 0 for 1. He's only pitched 4 innings, so straight up reliever. And he hasn't had a great season so far. 17.5 ERA, Danny. That's not good. There's a shot into right field, right at the right fielder. And nice contact there by Fueling, but Luke Robinson with the catch, and that ends the inning for the Mustangs. They lead 5-2. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. Independence takes the lead. It's 5-2. Mount Vernon to the plate.
For Mount Vernon, number 6, Easton Riesland.
Top of the third, and Blaine Mergen on the mound for Independence. Ethan Schmidt catching. It's top of the order. Riesland, Michael Ryan, and Porter Chapman for Mount Vernon. Anybody reaches safely, Cale Foreman will come to the plate. First pitch from Mergen's high for ball 1. Riesland's 0 for 1. He flew out to Meyer back in the first. Mergen with a curveball stays up, 2-0. Mustang defense, Schmidt behind the plate. Brecken Fueling at third, Bryce Christian at short. Caleb Clendenin at second base. There's a pop-up. It might stay in play. Mulford on his horse. And, just dropped it into the Mount Vernon dugout. It was in his glove.
Oh, wow.
Great effort there by Jacob Mulford.
That was an interesting play. He catches that outside the fence, and it's kind of in his glove, and then flips out of his glove over the fence at the dugout.
Right in front of the...
Boy, what a great effort from Mulford there.
Really was. Mount Vernon bench guys. 2-1 delivery now from Mergen. Fastball smoked into deep center, but Meyer's playing it and makes the grab in front of the warning track for out number 1.
Well, once again, Christopher Meyer makes a ball look routine that's everything but routine.
Yeah, especially in center field. You know, Danny, you played center field, and those line drives right at you can get you.
They're deceiving for sure.
Yeah. Here's Ryan. Nice looking senior for Mount Vernon. The senior is 0 for 1, a ground out to Clendenin back in the first. And it's quickly 1-1. You think he called that a strike? Yeah, he pointed.
Did he really?
Yeah. 1-1 delivery. Well inside. 2-1.
woofda.
Fastball right down the middle, and it's skied into shallow right field. Clendenin is under it, and he can't make the play. It drops. It'll be E4. Ryan reaches safely. Caleb about 15 yards out into right field and just couldn't quite get under it, and he's not happy.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number
Well, and I
22,
think he's,
Porter
you know, we
Chapman.
talked about him not having a lot of defensive time. That's probably a right fielder's ball. The right fielder was coming in, could have made the play pretty easily there. I think the coaching staff will talk to him in between innings. You know, Caleb's out there quite a ways to make that play.
Yeah. First pitch, stealing. Good throw by Schmidt, but not in time as Michael Ryan has some speed. So runner in scoring position for Mount Vernon, trying to answer back as the Mustangs have taken a 5-2 lead with a 3-run bottom of the second.
I think that first pitch was outside, Travis. I marked it as a ball.
Yeah, so did Greg. That one low. We believe it's 2-0 to Porter Chapman. Chapman 1 for 1. He singled and scored back in the first. He's had 3 hits now so far in the 2 games combined. Had a good game. Trying to steal third. Schmidt with the throw and not in time. Close play there. So Ryan on third with 2 stolen bases. 1 out. 3-0 count now to Chapman. Mergen from the stretch. Fastball right down central. 3-1. Meyer playing him to pull in center field. That curveball in the dirt and drawing a walk is Chapman. It'll be first and third, 1 out. And Chris Shannon to the mound.
Vernon designated hitter, number 17, Cale Foreman.
Coach Shannon, assistant coach for Joel Holst, is out to the mound to talk to Blaine Mergen. And the Mustangs lead 5-2, but Mount Vernon's threatening. They have runners on the corners, 1 out. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park, and Independence leads Mount Vernon here in Game 2, 5-2. Runners on the corners for Mount Vernon.
You know, that could have been strategy 2 with the first and third here. Travis maybe making some sort of a defensive call.
Good point, definitely.
With the speed of Ryan on third base here.
Chapman's quick.
Foreman takes a strike. Cale Foreman, the DH. For the pitcher, Landon, well, Wilson's not pitching anymore, but he walked and scored back in the first, did Foreman. 1-0 delivery? No, check on the runner and a nice move.
Chapman was going there.
Yeah, he had to dive full out back into first to be safe.
Definitely, Mergen definitely froze him there with that fake to third, go back to first.
Blaine checks the runner at third, comes home. Curveball, sharp ground ball to the third baseman. Fueling comes home. Schmidt can't quite get him. The tag was a little, or the throw was a little bit up the first baseline. That'll be a fielder's choice for Foreman. He reaches safely. And Michael Ryan scores, so it's now 5-3.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 15, Drew, third.
I thought Fielding made a good play there. It was a
Good idea.
Yeah, it was a close play at the plate, and he was even with the bag, looking to go home with that on a ground ball. So I think he made the right play there.
I agree. Blaine rears back and fires a fastball, swing and a miss for Thurn. Thurn's 1 for 1, an RBI single back in the first. You get an RBI on a fielder's choice?
I don't think he's going to get an RBI.
I don't know. Good question. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to Thurn. Still just 1 out in the inning. Runners on first and second for Mount Vernon. Tying runs at first base. Blaine gets his signs from Ethan Schmidt. Looks like they want to get it upstairs a little bit. And it's popped into center field. Meyer circling it. He's got the grab. Good strong throw to the cutoff. And 2 outs, first and second. F8 for Thurn. Here's Gabe Graff, the catcher.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 24, Gabe.
Graft is 1 for 1, a single back in the first. The sophomore catcher lays off a curveball that stays outside. No, I think that's his outside move.
All right. Making sure.
Pretty sure. 1-0 delivery. From the stretch. Checks second. Comes home fastball. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him.
0-2.
Oh, it was a strike. Sorry, Greg.
I thought it was.
So that will be an RBI there on that fielder's choice.
Okay. All right. So Foreman gets an RBI. The 0-2 delivery. Mergen way ahead here of Thurn and tries to get him to swing outside the zone. Ball 1.
Mustang's looking to get out of here, Travis, with minimal damage.
Yeah. 1 run would be excellent. 1-2.
Oh!
Just outside of the glove of Bryce Christian. Maybe a play at the plate. No, they hold him at third. Boy, Christian just missed that into center field. Great effort by Bryce. But the bases will be loaded. 2 outs.
Vernon, number 8, Cohen, Weeble.
Here's Cohen Weeble. Weeble struck out looking on a mystifying at bat in the first inning or second inning. All 3 of us were pretty surprised that 2 of those pitches were called strikes against Weeble. We'll see what happens here. First pitch curveball, strike 1.
Sometimes it's really obvious when he calls a strike, and others times it's not so obvious.
Mergen's 0-1. Curveball got him swinging. Nice pitch by Blaine. And he's in charge here with 2 outs, bases loaded. Trying to get out of this with just 1 run. Mergen deals. Curveball got him swinging. And Blaine Mergen and the Mustang defense leaves the bases loaded for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon gets a run. It's 5-3 Independence. We go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back as the Mustangs get out of a jam there. They lead 5-3. It'll be
For the Mustangs,
Blaine Mergen,
Blaine Mergen.
Ethan Schmidt, and Cam Kramer. 7, 8, and 9 in the Mustang order. And they're facing the sophomore, Noah Olson. First pitch swinging and fouled back by Mergen. Blaine is 0 for 1 here in game 2. The Mustang pitcher in line for the win. Mustangs hold on. They lead 5-3. They won game 1. 6-5.
Base hit by Mergen.
Base hit by Blaine Mergen into right field.
Batting for the Mustangs,
Here's Schmidt.
Number 9, Ethan Schmidt.
You know, we talked about this a little bit pre-game tonight, Travis. You know, all the rain we got around that 3-inch number. You know, without the Mustangs having turf, you're probably not playing tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Olson from the stretch, called strike. Schmidt reached safely on a walk back in the second, came around and scored. He comes up with 1 on, nobody out. Stealing is Mergen, and a shot into right field, a hit and run. Mergen's going to be standing up at third, first and third for Independence, nobody out. Nice piece of hitting by Ethan there, Danny.
Yeah, it really was.
Batting for the Mustangs.
Like you say, the hit and
Number
run
8,
probably on
Cam
there, and
Kramer.
Ethan does a really nice job of just taking an outside pitch to right field there and getting himself a base hit.
Yeah. Looks like me in rec softball going opposite field. Can't move my hips anymore. Here's Kramer, 0 for 1. Fly out to right field. Takes a strike. Cam, the senior left fielder, he was 1 for 2 with a double in game 1, and looks like Graff wants to get the signals out for first and third situation. Schmidt at first, Mergen at third. Nobody out. And Olson spikes it into the dirt. 1-1 to Cam.
Well, I really like Cam in this 9 spot. He's a dangerous hitter, and you never know when he's going to hit something off the wall.
The 1-1 delivery from Olson jammed him up, fouled off by Cam Kramer. 1-2. Top of the order, Bryce Christian on deck. And Noah Olson wants to at least have an out before he faces Bryce Christian. 1-2 delivery. Olson from the stretch deals, and Kramer smashes it out of play, first base side. First and third for Independence, no outs. 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the third. Olson checks the runners. Right-hander deals. Smashed into right field off the first baseman's glove. Down the line, it's going to score 1. Kramer's on his way to second, and held up at third is Ethan Schmidt. So it's an RBI double for Cam Kramer. Mustangs lead 6-3.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 1, Bryce Christian.
Again, we talked about Kramer being a dangerous 9-hole hitter, and he comes through with a big hit there for the Mustangs.
Danny Nostradamus here tonight on the broadcast. You know what's cool about this inning? Everything, they're going opposite field. They're just taking it into right field. Here's Christian. Fastball, he smashes it out, foul, right field.
Boy, Mount Vernon finds themselves in a really tough position here with Independence having the top of the lineup. They're going to get a timeout here. Maybe have a little talk about maybe not throwing fastballs over the middle of the plate would be my guess.
To the senior all-conference shortstop. Yeah, here comes Charles Chapman to the mound. Independence starting to take control of this game. They lead 6-3 here in the bottom of the third. You're watching Mustang baseball on YouTube. Well, the one thing I like about Charles Chapman in the 2 games we've had, he's quick. He goes out to the mound, says a couple sentences, and it's over. So we'll see what Noah Olson can do. He's in a tough spot here. No outs, second and third with the all-conference shortstop at the plate, Bryce Christian. Olson deals in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Play at the plate? No. Schmidt will score easily on the wild pitch. And it's 7-3 Independence. Kramer moves to third. And it's a 1-1 count to Bryce.
I think back in the second, they intentionally walked Bryce, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yeah. Olson deals. And Bryce fouls it off. Hard breaking ball of some sort. Christian, the senior, batting .351. And he smashes that to the right side to the second baseman, Bonewald. Only play at first, and it's an RBI ground out for Christian. Mustangs lead 8-3. 8-3 Independence.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 11, Caleb Clendenin.
First out of the inning. Here's Clendenin. Reached on an error back in the second, came around and scored. First pitch, fouled straight back. He's on him. Bases are cleared now. Meyer on deck. Just one out, 8-3 Independence, a 3-run inning so far. Olson pitches, curveball smashed into right field, and there's nobody there. Right fielder playing way over. Clendenin's looking for 2. Play at second. No, it's cut off. A double by Clendenin. Yeah. Another opposite field, Danny.
Yeah, it's right fielder's getting a workout out there.
Mustangs, number 2, Chris Meyer.
Yeah, the right fielder, Luke Robinson, was way over, as he should be. I mean, he's going to play pull. Olson doesn't throw hard. Mustangs seem to have figured something out, just dropping it in the opposite field. Here's Meyer. 1 out, 1 on. Fastball in the dirt, ball 1. Christopher's 1 for 2. He singled and scored back in the first. Facing Olson. Fastball called a strike. 1-1. Olson checks the runner. Clendenin at second comes to the plate, and laying off of it is Meyer. It was inside and high. 2-1. Two-one curveball outside. Meyer leaves it alone. 3-1. This is where he's dangerous. Got to throw a strike, or you walk him.
Yeah, that's a tough spot. If you put something over the middle of the plate here, he's going to make you pay.
And it's high. And Christopher Meyer will take his walk to first base.
You know, probably not the worst thing to have happen for Mount Vernon. You might have been better off putting him on base anyway.
Meyer's really hot coming into this doubleheader. Batting .469.
The problem is you got Enright, but you just hope he hits a ground ball if you're Mount Vernon. That's
yeah. This order, like Danny said, 1 to 1-5 is really tough. And if Dawson Fueling gets the bat going, it's going to be 1-6. And Mergen, Schmidt, and Kramer can hit too.
That was a strike. It was kind of a quick pitch there. Benton wasn't quite ready, just getting set.
First and second, 1 out. Benton in right at the plate. In right, 1 for 2, an RBI single. He takes a fastball upstairs. 1-1.
Mustangs all year was 7 hits in the ball game.
A lot of crooked numbers on the scoreboard.
2 1/3 here.
Olson deals a curveball, and I think that's a strike call. Yeah.
Well, Mount Vernon got one back there.
First and second, 1 out. Mustangs looking to add on, 8-3 lead. Fastball high and tight. Benton bends out of the way. 2-2. Greg told me the girls up there in North Fayette, the tournament, they beat Southwind and dropped one to New Hampton today in pool play. Full count now to in right. Fights off a high fastball, fouls it out of play. Count remains full. Mulford on deck. And his bat's scorching here lately. Jacob Mulford, the junior first baseman. Olson checks the runner at second, comes home. Oh, well outside, gets away from the catcher. And everybody's going to advance anyway with the walk. Bases loaded for Mulford.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 4, Jacob.
Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, Travis.
Yeah, it's been a combination of walks and then big hits by Independence, 4 or 5 off of Olson. And he'll be run by the Independence.
Number 40.
Coulter Flockhart, a sophomore, will be the relief pitcher. Coach Chapman hands him the baseball, and Mustangs are dominating now, 8-3 here in the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back. Mulford with the bases loaded for Independence. 1 out, 8-3 lead here. And the new pitcher, Coulter Flockhart, a sophomore, making his 6th appearance in relief of Olson. Coulter deals high, 2-0. Flockhart, just a sophomore. And a 560 ERA. Mulford pulling off that and fouls it off. 2-1.
That's a good off-speed pitch there.
Count 1-2 to Jacob. So Jacob has to protect here. 1-2 count, 1 out, bases loaded. Flockhart from the stretch. The left-hander called strike 3. And Mulford does not like it. That's out number 2. Here's Dawson Fueling.
Batting for the Mustangs, designated hitter number 15, Dawson Fueling.
So nice job by Flockhart to get Mulford. Almost hits Fueling with the first pitch. And he called it a strike. He likes that inside pitch off the plate even. That one low, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery, well outside, 2-1. Clendenin's at third, Meyer at second, Enright at first. 2 outs in the inning. Inside corner, 2-2. That was a good pitch there.
It was.
That first one, that's way outside, full count.
Nice opportunity here for the senior. Fueling.
Yeah, sure is. His second at bat. He's third at bat. Swing and a miss. Got him on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Flockhart, and he gets out of the jam with 2 strikeouts and the bases loaded. Mustangs get 3 across. It's 8-3 as we go to the 4th. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. 8-3 Independence over Mount Vernon. Mustangs with 2 runs in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the third. And Mount Vernon trying to get back. It's a pinch hitter for Bonewald, the second baseman, number 4. Yep, Jacob Yak.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 4, Jacob Yak. Lost track.
Yak, a junior, facing Mergen, who's still on the mound for Independence. Fastball that stays away for a ball. Yeah, I think so. 2-1 count to Yak, the pinch hitter. There's a fastball, and Yak fouls it off. 2-2. Yak stays alive, fouls that straight back. Oh, we run out of juice.
Check your connection. Make sure we got power up there.
Yeah. Might not be plugged in.
Got a little technical difficulty. I think we got the video back on now. Not sure what happened there, but
Well, we unplugged everything because of the lightning last night, and Yak strikes out for out number 1. Another pinch hitter for Luke Robinson will be McDermott.
Batting from Mount Vernon, number 45, Cole McDermott.
So Yak strikes out. Good start for Mergen here in the 4th. Fastball right down the middle, and McDermott fouls it out of play. That pitch from Mergen's outside for a ball. 1-1.
one count.
Yeah. This is McDermott's first at bat of the season.
It's like Mount Vernon's trying to get some different guys some
Yeah.
opportunities here.
Yeah. Nice off-speed pitch, swung on and missed by Cole McDermott, the junior. Puts that in play. A weak ground ball to short. Christian charging, and he fires. Gets him by a half a step. Nice play by Bryce Christian for out number 2. Top of the order now, Easton Riesland.
Number 6, Easton Riesland.
And Ethan Schmidt out to the mound. And Chris Shannon out to the mound. We're going to have a pitching change. Must be a pitch count issue for Mergen because he's rolling here in the inning.
Looks like Wolford's.
Yep. It'll be Jacob Mulford in relief of Blaine Mergen. Good start by Blaine. Pitched 3 2/3. Gave up 3 runs.
You know, I'll be honest with you, probably not the worst idea in the world to get Mulford some pitches here. End of the week, you know, going into another week next week where you got a lot of guys needing to pitch. So probably not the worst thing to get him a few pitches here.
So Mulford will be on the mound. Schmidt still catching. Mergen goes to third. Brecken Fueling will head to second. And Clendenin goes to first. So a lot of changes on the infield for the Mustangs, but still pretty much the same group of guys. So Clendenin at first. Young freshman Brecken Fueling at second. Christian at short. And Blaine Mergen at third. Outfield still the same. Kramer, Meyer, and Benton Enright.
First base, number 11, Caleb Clendenin, and second base, Brecken Fueling.
Welcome back to Kegler Field. Jacob Mulford on the mound for your Independence Mustangs. He 2 outs in the inning. Nobody on for Mount Vernon. First pitch high and tight for ball one to top of the order, Easton Riesland. And there's a ground ball. Brecken Fueling with a diving stop, but no throw. Infield hit. What a play by Fueling.
That was impressive to get to. Brecken laid completely out on that play and not able to get corral the ball and make a throw. But what a play just to knock that down.
Wow. So 2 outs, runner on. Here's Michael Ryan.
Betting for Mount Vernon, number 1, Michael Ryan.
Mulford, the junior pitcher, this is his 4th appearance for Independence.
That one catches the outside corner, Travis.
0-1 count to Ryan. Mulford's pitched 3 innings. Walked 3, struck out 5. ERA's at 7. Hoping to knock that down here in this relief appearance. 0-1 count to Ryan. From the stretch with the runner at first, 2 outs. Fastball popped up right behind home plate. Ethan Schmidt is looking for it, and he finds it for out number 3. Good job, Jacob. Works around a single. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Independence all over Mount Vernon, 8-3. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park. Independence against Mount Vernon. It's 8-3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Danny Johnson, Travis Myborg with you. Danny with a long road trip from Canada back here to be in the booth. What dedication. What dedication.
Something like that, Travis.
Mergen is 1 for 2, and
That's
he smokes
blasted.
that one deep left. Going back and gone. Blaine Mergen with a solo shot for Independence here in the bottom of the 4th.
Boy, that ball's hit right in the power alley, and it was smoked off the bat. Very nice.
Blaine's first home run of the season. The Mustangs' 3rd of the season. Clendenin's got 1. Christian's got 1. And Blaine Mergen, with nobody on, leads off the bottom of the 4th with a solo blast to left field.
For the Mustangs, number 9, Ethan Schmidt.
Here's Ethan Schmidt. He's having a good night. He's reached safely twice and scored twice with a base hit. 1 for 1. Flockhart deals high. Ball 1. So Blaine Mergen trying to cement his pitching win with a solo home run. A little more insurance for Independence.
Not sure what he called there, Travis.
We believe it's 2-0 count. That's well inside. 3-0. Flockhart from the stretch, interestingly. Nobody on base. Called strike. 3-1.
I think
2-2.
it's either 3 and 1 or 2 and
That's in the dirt, and that is ball 4. Ethan Schmidt draws another walk. He's reached safely
Batting for
every
the
at bat
Mustangs,
tonight.
Number 8, Cam Kramer.
Here's Kramer. RBI double. His last at bat, he's 1 for 2.
He kind of started that hitting to right field and it just
Yeah.
continued the last time through the order.
Check on the runner by Flockhart for Mount Vernon. Ethan's back safely. Nobody out. Oh, there's a little flip over there, a little quick pick off. Not
Kind of
gonna
an
get him.
interesting move there.
Yeah. Like he underhanded it over there. Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner. Strike 1.
Kramer's defense, that's a good pitch to take. I don't think it was off the plate far enough. I'm not sure what you're going to do with it.
Yeah. Another one off the plate, a off-speed curveball. 1-1. Mustangs. Independence trying to maybe get out of here a little earlier tonight. I probably just jinxed all that by saying that. 9-3 right now. Nobody out. Runner on. 1-2 count to Kramer. Flockhart deals. Low.
ball.
Oh, a balk. There's your balk, Danny, on a lefty.
Well, there was no pause there. It was like a quick pitch, and it never paused at all there.
So the young sophomore learning as he goes. Flockhart on the mound for Mount Vernon. Fastball upstairs, 2-2. It's got to be a lot to deal with when you're on the mound and trying to stay on top of things. Here's the 2-2. Kramer pops that out of play over the Mount Vernon dugout. Boy, what I see, you guys, you Cub fans here. Oh, my
Well,
goodness.
I can't believe we got to listen to this again, Greg.
San Francisco Giants, 18. Is that right? 18 runs today? 3 for Chicago? Holy cow.
Well, I'll tell you, Greg, sometimes I wonder why I come in tonight.
Harry Carey would not be happy. Holy cow. Swing and a miss. Kramer strikes out for out number 1. Top of the order, Bryce Christian.
Batting for the Mustangs.
All
number
our
1,
loyal
Bryce
listener Cub
Christian.
fans out there, I apologize right now for our Cardinal in the
Yes.
broadcast booth.
Yes. It doesn't. Brewers are going to win the division. Dodgers are going to win the National League. So it's all for nothing this year, I think. Fouled off there, Bryce Christian. Christian is 1 for 2. He's scored twice in this game. Has an RBI. Check on the runner at second. And Ethan Schmidt's back safely. Not a huge lead for Ethan at second. Bonewald holding them on. The second baseman for Mount Vernon. That pitch was a ball to Christian. 1-1. 1 run in the inning. A solo home run to lead it off by Blaine Mergen. Christian waves at that one. A weak ground ball to third base, and you're not going to get him. An infield hit. A swinging bunt for Bryce Christian. Ethan Schmidt stayed put at second. Will be first and second, 1 out.
Batting for the Mustangs. number
Yeah, as soon as
11,
that come off his
Caleb
bat, there's no
McKinnon.
way you're getting Bryce Christian on that.
No, they're playing behind the bag and perfectly placed by Christian. He'll take it. Here's Clendenin one of the hotter bats in the Mustang lineup, and he smashes that foul. Tried to go opposite field again. Clendenin is 1 for 3. He's doubled in this game. He's reached on an error and scored. The 1 delivery from Flockhart. Curveball, he pops into right field, foul territory. Oh, and almost a really good play by the first baseman.
Boy, that was just nearly a circus play out there. He went off his glove, off his hand, and he almost flipped it back to himself. So great effort out there.
Yeah, Kean Weeble almost had it with, like Danny said, had it with the glove. Then he almost barehanded it as it popped out of the glove. 0-2 count to Clendenin, first and second. And Flockhart wants to check on Schmidt. Ethan jumps right off the bag. The pitch, low. 1-2. Clendenin coming into this doubleheader, batting .435 for Independence. Does a lot of DHing. Smashes that in the center field.
Base hit. No.
No, it's caught by Ryan.
Wow.
A sinking line drive. And Clendenin does that a lot too. Just hits him right at him. Line out to 8.
That was a good swing of the bat there, Travis. I really thought that was down off the bat, but center fielder able to come in a few steps and make a play there.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Clendenin. Everything he hits is usually hit pretty hard. That pitch well inside to Meyer. Christopher, the senior center fielder. Another good game. It's like a broken record. He's 1 for 2. He scored. Takes a fastball there, 1-1. First and second, 2 outs now for Mount Vernon. Flockhart deals high, the big lefty sophomore. Two-one delivery to Christopher Meyer. High, 3-1.
Boy, hitters count here for the senior Meyer. About 1 hit away, Travis, from this breaking this game open. This certainly could be it right here.
Flockhart from the stretch. He checks on Schmidt at second. Comes home and a changeup. Swing and a miss. Full count. Meyer was way out in front.
He was out in front of that. He was pretty anxious. He seen it coming right down the middle. And
good pitch by Flockhart. Fastball stroked right off the third baseman. That's a base hit. That's going to score 1. And holding up at third is Christian. Meyer with a double.
Boy, that was the hardest hit ball of the night right there. That ball was really hit well.
An RBI double by Christopher Meyer brings in Ethan Schmidt, and it's now 11-3 Independence.
Setting for the Mustangs, number 3, Benton and Wright.
And we might have another pitching change. Head coach Charles Chapman for Mount Vernon's out there. And, yeah. Looks like Drew Thurn, maybe. We'll see. Okay, we'll take a break. Independence leads 11-3 over Mount Vernon. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. Second and third for Independence. 2 outs in the inning. 2 runs for the Mustangs. Yeah. 10-3's the score. Enright at the plate. Almost got hit. Gets away. And scoring is Christian. And now it's 11-3 Independence. You knew it was coming, Greg. No worries. And Flockhart's still in there. I thought maybe Coach Chapman would make a change, but he's keeping the young sophomore in there, getting kind of roughed up now. Meyer at third. Fastball smashed foul. Benton kind of got it up on the handle a little bit. This game has kind of been no doubter after the third inning. Mustangs with 6 runs in the last 2 innings. They lead 11-3. And Enright with a 2-2 count, trying to knock in Christopher Myers down at third base. There are 2 outs. Flockhart from the stretch. He deals outside, full count.
You know, I think the interesting thing about Enright is such a young player. He's really selective at the plate. He swings at pitches he can drive, and I think that's why his average stays so high. He does a really good job of that.
Takes that one on the outside corner, and it was a ball. Flockhart wanting it, but Enright draws a walk, as Danny said, very patient. Here's Mulford. Mulford with a looking strikeout the last time up, and that's the only bad thing he's done tonight. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a double. Flockhart deals to him. Out, called it a strike.
Ready for the Mustangs, number 4, Jacob Mulford.
Yeah, he did. Mulford with 3 hits in this doubleheader so far. And there's another one right through the middle of the infield, an RBI single for Mulford. And the Mustangs lead 12-3. Myers scores easily. Enright on to second. It'll be first and second, 2 outs with Dawson Fueling at the plate.
Mustangs designated hitter number 15, Dawson Fueling.
Shout out to our loyal listeners, Molly Donley, for letting us know if we got some technical difficulties. And for some reason, we lost the video tonight. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but able to shut it down and get it back up. So, hey, thanks again, Molly. Appreciate all the help.
Yeah, thank you. I think it lost it wasn't plugged in, I think, is what we got. Flockhart deals. Smashed out of play by Dawson Fueling, the senior. He's come off the golf course onto the baseball diamond for Independence. The 6-4 Independence Mustangs, 10 games into the season, Dawson's at the plate, and it's good to see. An 0-1 count from Flockhart, fastball fouled straight back. He's on it. (12-3) Independence here in the second of a Wamak East doubleheader, and there's a called strike 3. Fueling strikes out looking. Mustangs get 4 in the inning, and they lead by 9. It's 12-3 as we go to the 5th. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube.
Kids go watch it.
First pitch from Mulford to the leadoff hitter here in the fifth. Porter Chapman. Chapman 1 for 1, a single and a run scored. And Porter Chapman has had a really good doubleheader for Mount Vernon. The junior has 3 hits over the 2 games, and he had 3 RBIs in game 1 for Mount Vernon, a game that Independence won by the skin of their teeth, 6-5. Mulford way upstairs with that pitch. It's now 3-1 to Chapman. It'll be Chapman, Foreman, and Thurn for Mount Vernon here in the fifth. And Mulford is way out of the strike zone there. It's a walk to lead off the fifth.
Batting from Mount Vernon, number 17, Cale Foreman.
Here's Cale Foreman, designated hitter for Mount Vernon. He's walked and scored, reached on a fielder's choice. He's 0 for 1. He was 0 for 4 in game 1. Busy week for the Mustangs. Starting Monday, Benton Community, the Bobcats come to Kegler Field for a WAMAC doubleheader. We'll have all the action for you. Tuesday, Wahlert comes in, the number 1 team in Class 3A, for a single varsity game. That pitch high from Mulford to Foreman. Thursday, the Mustangs head down to Center Point Urbana for a WAMAC doubleheader, WAMAC East doubleheader. And then Saturday, the Mustangs are in Council Bluffs, Battle of the Bluffs. Council Bluffs, Lincoln, and MOC Floyd Valley. So plenty of baseball again next week. 1-1 count now to Foreman. Mulford from the stretch. He deals, gets a check swing, called strike. 1-2.
Yeah, I think a big thing for Mulford here, Travis, just challenge the hitters. You know,
Yep.
you got a great lead. Just challenge some hitters here.
Yep, make them put it in play. Jacob does throw a fastball a little too far off the plate. Oh, no, it's called strike 3. Foreman down looking, and he is exasperated.
As he should be.
Batting from Mount Vernon, number 15, Drew Thurn.
Here's the senior Drew Thurn, the left fielder, 1 for 2. For Mount Vernon in this game, he had an RBI single. Here's a ground ball off the handle. Mergen with a nice play. Ooh, big collision between Clendenin and Thurn at first base, and he'll be safe at first with the interference, or maybe even he made it safe, pulled Clendenin limping a little bit, and head coach Joel Holst out of the dugout.
I don't know how I think he's questioned, how does he run into my player when we got the ball and not get the out called there?
Right.
I mean, because Caleb had the ball and he ran into him. I mean, the collision's one thing, but he's got to be out. The umpires are going to take talk about this a little bit. I'm not sure they're going to overturn it, but in my mind, if Caleb's got the ball, I don't know how the base runner can run him over and not be out.
Mergen with a nice play, charging that weak ground ball. And
Not sure what he's calling out there.
Some kind of clarification for Coach Holst. So it'll be first and second, 1 out for Jacob Mulford and the Independence Mustang defense.
And Coach Holst seems to be satisfied with the explanation and get back underway here.
Yeah, it wasn't interference that was called, right? They must said he got pulled off the bag or something.
Hudson Rayons.
Pinch hitter for the Mount Vernon Mustangs, number 5, Hudson Rayons.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 5, Hudson Rayons.
Rayons is just a sophomore. And he's got a 1-0 count. Mulford with a fastball, skied into center field. Meyer tracking, makes the grab, and a nice throw to third. No tag. It'll be first and second, 2 outs now, as the pinch hitter Rayons flies out. And here's another pinch hitter. Nope, Keon Weeble.
Batting for Mount Vernon, number 8, Cohen Weeble.
Cohen Weeble. Cohen Weeble. 0 for 2. There's a base hit into right field, and that's going to
Get it in.
Yeah, no throw to home by Enright. And the runner scores. And I think Benton's looking for some communication.
Yeah, I think first baseman should have been cut there. I don't think our cutoff guy was in. Possibly what was going on there. So nonetheless, base hit there for Mount Vernon. They're going to score one there.
Number 16.
Brings it 12-4 now. 2 outs, top of 5th.
So an RBI for Weeble.
Nice catch, Christopher.
Christopher Meyer on a line shot at him coming in, making a diving forward catch for the 3rd out there. So through the top of 5, Mustangs leading 12-4 here. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Independence Baseball with YouTube.
Welcome back to Kegler Field. And the Mustangs lead 12-4 over the Mustangs, Mount Vernon. And it'll be Mergen, Schmidt, and Kramer. And Mergen with a solo home run already in this game. Skies one to center field. And under it is Michael Ryan for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, you just missed that again, Travis. That ball really carried out there a long ways.
Great night for Blaine Mergen. He's got 2 runs scored, 2 hits, a home run, one of them, and an RBI. Here's Ethan Schmidt. He's not doing too shabby either. He's 1 for 1. He scored 3 times, walked twice. Takes a pitch high and tight for ball one. And pitching is Drew Thurn, the fourth pitcher of this game for Mount Vernon. It all started with Landon Wilson for Mount Vernon. He's on the hook for the loss. Left the game.
It is.
Independence was leading 5-2. And it's going to hold up, it looks like. Here's a strike to Schmitty. 3-1. Thurn deals. High fastball. He walks him for the third time tonight. Ethan Schmidt draws a walk.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 8, Cam Kramer.
Kramer to the plate with 1 on, 1 out. First pitch smashed right at the second baseman. Bonewald goes to second for 1, over to first for 2. A double play. Nicely turned by Mount Vernon. Oh, they're saying he was safe at second. Missed the bag. Missed the bag at second. So Schmidt's safe. Kramer grounds out.
Well, I don't know how he missed it second.
It looked good to me.
Boy, it certainly did look good.
Ethan's out there.
Saying, hey, I should have been out. Good play. Talking to Bonewald.
Yeah,
Batting for the Mustangs, number 1, Bryce Christian.
not too sure. Chris Shannon's not having a little smile out of it either.
Top of the order now, Christian with the runner in scoring position. 2 outs, though. Thurn. And Christian smashes that into deep center field. Ryan's under it right in front of the warning track for out number 3. So nothing doing for the Mustangs in the 5th. But they're all over Mount Vernon here as we go to the 6th. It's 12-4 Independence. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field.
Number 18, Luke Robinson.
Bottom of the order for Mount Vernon. Luke Robinson back at the plate. He was pinch hit for in the 4th. He's 0 for 1. Mergen struck him out back in the 1st. Takes a strike there. It's still Jacob Mulford for Independence on the mound. The second pitcher of this game for Independence. Nice curveball. Just missed. And Mulford don't want to show up the umpire. You're not going to get any of those calls. The 1-1. Fastball fouled straight back. And like Danny told you last inning, if Jacob just needs to go at these guys, keep it in the strike zone, get them swinging. Mustangs with an 8-run lead after a close, well-played, contested first game where Independence won 6-5. This one has been all Independence. In the dirt, 2-2. With a win here in game 2, the Mustangs will improve to 4-2 in the conference. There's a strikeout from Mulford. He sits down Robinson for out number 1. Top of the order, Easton Riesland.
Betty from Mount Vernon, number 6.
Boy, from up here, it's really tough to figure out what that ump's calling. I was unsure of what he was doing there.
Yeah, we've gotten it's been hard to read all night. First pitch, called a strike. And sometimes he does this, which to me would be outside, but low, 1-1. Riesland is 1 for 3 here in game 2. He's flown out twice to Meyer and has a single. The 1-1 delivery from Mulford is fouled off. 1-2.
I don't want to say much about that umpires. Last time I did this, Bobby Beatty had us umping the next morning just about.
Yeah.
He's calling us out there. Wants us to come out and do some umpiring.
Yeah, yeah. I think I could be a decent ump, frankly.
You and Greg would make a great pair out there on Saturdays.
Mulford overcooked that one. It's outside a fastball, full count, or 2-2. I've always wanted to be on a football officiating crew. Yeah. There's a sharp liner ground ball to Brecken Fueling. He throws to first to Caleb Clendenin for out number 2.
I think Rob Bradford's out one.
Yes, Rob is. Rob does a lot of basketball too.
Yeah, you're up to the state tournament next year.
Yes. Mulford looking good here in the top of the 6th. Mustang pitcher. Ground ball up the middle, just under the glove of Bryce Christian for a base hit. And nobody at second, and good base running by Michael Ryan. He's going to end up at second base.
Betty from Mount Vernon, number 22, Porter Chapman.
So little loss of focus there by the middle infield of Independence. Here's Chapman. Chapman 1 for 1 in this game. He scored 2 runs. He's walked twice and he singled. First pitch skied into deep right field. In right tracking. Makes the grab in front of the warning track for out number 3. Chapman gave it a ride, but Enright was there. And Mount Vernon will leave a runner stranded as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Independence leads 12-4. You're watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube. Welcome back to Kegler Field. Danny Johnson, Travis Myborg, Greg Gates with you. Game 2 of Wamak East doubleheader. Independence all over Mount Vernon, 12-4 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And what do you know? Another pitcher for Mount Vernon, and it's Cohen Weeble. He's the 5th pitcher of this game that Mount Vernon has marched out there. And Weeble.
It'll be Mikey Bailey here coming up. I think he went to first base last inning, actually.
Oh, okay. Bailey at first base. Clendenin had that issue with that collision. So that makes sense. Yep. Bailey in Clendenin's spot for a pinch hit here to start the inning against Weeble. Weeble, a junior, 4th appearance. First pitch, called strike.
Batting for the Mustangs, Mikey Bailey.
Weeble has a 1-1 record and is 6.68 ERA. There's a fastball low, 1-1. Mikey Bailey is senior. Plays a lot of third base. Smashes that into left field for a base hit. Bailey gets it started here in the bottom of the 6th. The Mustangs are just a couple runs away from 10 running them.
Up to 12 hits in the ball game here, Travis. That pretty impressive second game here for the Mustangs swinging the bat.
Yeah, 12 runs on 12 hits. That's pretty efficient. Getting runners around on base, which we talked about earlier, Danny. That's something the Mustangs want to focus on. Bailey with a modest lead at first. Weeble, the right-hander for Mount Vernon, comes to the plate. And Meyer takes a strike, 1-1. Christopher has four hits here in this doubleheader. He scored 3 times. And he has a couple RBIs. There's another strike looking. A breaking ball.
A couple of really nice pitches back to back there. Not much Meyer can do with them. Gonna have to defend it off now.
Weeble from the stretch comes home low. 2-2. Weeble won at that one. Not going to get it. Nobody out. Runner on first for Independence. Meyer at the plate. Curveball. Dropped it in there. Called strike 3. That's the first out of the inning, and you won't see that very often.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 3, Benton Enright.
Enright's chance here to move Bailey around with 1 out, 1 on. Benton's 1 for 2, a single and an RBI here in this game. He's walked twice.
Where every one of Benton's at bats have went a lot of pitches. I mean, he's battled, fouled some balls off, taken 7-8 pitch at bats here.
Weeble with a curveball that's in the dirt, 1-1. Junior right-hander for Mount Vernon. Comes home high and inside, 2-1. Weeble's 2-1 delivery to the Mustangs. Benton Enright. Low. Or no, 2-1. Or no, 3-1. The 3-1 delivery from Weeble, high and tight. Walked him. It'll be first and second for Mulford.
Batting for the Mustangs, number 4, Jacob Mulford.
Mulford is 3 for 4, Danny. 3 RBIs in this game, 2 singles and a double. Big hit here. He's MVP material. Gets away from the catcher. Bailey on his horse to third, and following him up is Enright. It'll be second and third.
Well, I would certainly think with Enright on second here, a base hit probably gets it done.
Yeah. Come on, Jacob. Jacob, also the current pitcher for Independence. He's not in line for the win, though. That will go to Blaine Mergen. And that's called a strike. No,
2-0.
2-0.
I thought he called a strike.
Weeble from the stretch. The right-hander deals in the dirt. 3-0. Good job by Mulford not chasing pitches. Dawson Fueling on deck. Weeble's 3-0 delivery. Smashed right back at Weeble. And he'll go to first and get the out. Nice play by the Mount Vernon pitcher. Check the runner Bailey at third. And good base running by Bailey not to get too far off the bag. It'll be second and third, 2 outs.
Batting for the Mustangs, designated hitter number 15, Dawson Fueling.
Dawson's 0 for 3, lined out to right field. He's walked also. Swing and a miss on the first pitch, 0-1. Fueling, the senior, older brother of Brecken. Just finished up a very successful golf season. 5th in, is it Class 3A or their classes? Yeah. In the state golf tournament. And 10 games into the season, he's ready to roll for baseball. Mustangs bouncing back and still undefeated at home. They're 6-0 now after a tough week with 4 losses, 2 to Solon, 2 to Western Dubuque. And they're looking to right the ship here with a sweep of Mount Vernon. Danny talked about it earlier. 2 big games for Independence in the conference. And things are looking really good. The 2-1 delivery to Fueling by Weeble. Lays off on it. 2-2. Called that a strike.
Yeah, he kind of done a sweeping motion
Yeah.
there. I'm not.
Dawson has to protect, and that's in the dirt. Lays off of it. Full count now to Fueling.
I'd really like to see something around the middle of the plate here.
And Dawson just can't quite time it up. He fouls it off out of play.
Got the pitch we were looking
You
for.
got it, Danny. That was right down central. Weeble, decent velocity, but he's not Bryce Christian or anything. Full count still for Dawson Fueling. Weeble checks the runner at second, comes home. Curveball that Fueling waits on, pops deep into right field. Trending foul. No, it's fair. And
It's
one
over.
hops into the corner, and that's going to end the game. A walk-off double by Dawson Fueling, and the Mustangs win 14-4, and they go to jump on them with the walk-off victory.
Your final score, your Independence Mustangs 14.
Well, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right
Mount
back
Vernon
with the
Mustangs 4.
follow-up on this game and your MVP. You're watching Independence Baseball on
We'll
YouTube.
See you back here
Welcome back to Kegler Field, Mustang Way Park, and the Mustangs walk off Mount Vernon Mustangs 14-4, and Blaine Mergen gets the win. Blaine is improved to 2-0 on the season for Blaine Mergen. Taking the loss was Landon Wilson for Mount Vernon. Mustangs improve to 7-4. Mount Vernon drops to that's not their record. 3-8. So Coach Chapman and Mount Vernon heads back south with 2 losses here tonight, Danny. And what do you think for MVP tonight for game 2?
Well, a couple things. I thought the Mustangs in game 2 did a lot better job of the timely hitting we talked about earlier. Really come through in crucial situations and put up a lot of runs. But, for me, Mulford is my MVP tonight. Travis, 3 for 5 in game 2 here with 3 RBIs, 1 double with that. Really seeing the ball well and pitched well, come in and threw well too. So Mulford, my MVP here for game 2, and it's a good 2 wins at home for the Mustangs. We talked about that early, but you want to get those games and improve that record. So I thought it was a great night for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Independence was on a 4-game losing streak coming into the doubleheader here against Mount Vernon. They sweep them. Just what we needed. Just in time, and the Mustangs improved to 7-4 with a walk-off double by Dawson Fueling. Not Brecken Fueling, Dawson Fueling's back on the team, Danny. And I think that might be a big spark for Independence.
Well, it's an upperclassman that's got a lot of experience in multiple sports, whether you're talking basketball, football, golf. So it's nice to see him join and come out on a baseball field because he's got a lot of good leadership and a lot of good experience. So
Mustangs are going to be at home. Our next broadcast will be Monday night. Benton Community, the Bobcats come to Kegler Field for a WAMAC doubleheader. Me and Danny will have all the action. Tuesday night, Dubuque Wahlert comes to Kegler. And then we go to CPU and Council Bluffs later in the week. So the games keep coming as the Mustangs improve. Here tonight with a sweep of Mount Vernon in the WAMAC doubleheader. Independence now 7-4 as they head into week 3 of the 2026 high school baseball season. For Justin Putz, Matt Shannon, Greg Gates, Danny Johnson, Travis Myborg signing off. Mustangs sweep Mount Vernon. You've been watching Mustang Baseball on YouTube.